Well, I've been orchid tagged by Maria Young, and what I'll do in the next few minutes is just run through what I do to maintain my orchids. What you see in this south patio is temporary. Most of these have come out of the south shade house, which is full southern exposure, though during the winter time the sun is much lower and it's not getting sufficient quality light on the back side of the south shade house, so I move what's back in that area onto the patio here, where it just gets beautiful sun all day long. I first became interested with orchids, or I guess it was around 2006. I was going to get some supplies in Kmart. I walked through the side entrance of the garden center, and they had some phals up on a shelf. And they were colorful. I said, "Oh, these look nice." So I bought two of them, put them on the patio table here, and killed them. And then I figured, let me go to Walmart and see what they have. So when I walked into Walmart, they had a rack with Better Grow orchids in a bag, little 4-inch pots, young orchids. And one said Brassavola hybrid, and I liked the way the flowers looked on the label. So I bought one and brought it home, unwrapped it, and the tag had said BC Maikai. And I figured, well, let me make sure what it shows me on the label and what I find in a search, if it's the same thing, and sure enough it was. And I liked them, so I continued to buy those, but I couldn't find them as readily as I thought I would. You know, they just weren't around. I called Better Grow and asked them where they deliver to, and their response was, well, we can't guarantee anything. We just randomly send what we have out to certain stores, and that's about it. So I traveled around on the east coast of Florida, and in about a period of a year I found about 11 or 12 of them, and I was happy with those. I keep them on the west side of the house, dapple sun under jasmine vines, and they're doing well. I have another shade house, a mini shade house on the east side of the house, on the east side of the house, where I keep some Vander and maybe about 20 or 30 more Cattleyas. And on the north side of the house, I have a courtyard entrance where I continue with some more Cattleya, and mostly Oncidium. I'm beginning to like Oncidiums because the flowers last so long. I have Vanders, which, excuse me, oh, I'm sorry. I have Vanders, which I keep on the east side of the house and on the west side of the house and on the south side of the house, and not on the patio here, because of course they need bright light. I have about 50, 52 Vanders. They're mainly Pachara Delight and Fuchs Delight and Golden Empress something or other. Can't remember the names right now. Most of what I grow, as you can tell, are Cattleya. Anything Cattleya Alliance I go nuts over. I just love them. And I grow basically bare root. See right through the basket. Reason I do that is I never had any luck growing orchids in a pot. I would either water too often, too much, not enough, or whatever, and I decided to go ahead and put them in baskets which is not for everyone, but for me it works out fine. I'm switching over from these wooden baskets to a product which is, let me give you an example here, show you an example. I'm finding the wooden baskets now are not labeled cedar, which they used to be labeled cedar. Now it's just labeled wood, wooden basket. Wood could be anything. It's, I know what it is, but I don't want to get into it. It's something that you find in the Philippines and Indonesia, but and in Mexico. So I found this product about what I'm showing you here, these plastic pots. It's made by Sterilite.com. And they're little utility trays. They're like $1.50 each in Walmart. And you can see they already have holes on both sides. So what I do is I drill holes on the ends, on this end, and on the opposite end, and of course on the bottom. And I attach wires, the lip around the edge, top edge, and I go from there. And they're sturdy. I mean, I've put them in the, excuse me, in the lake, left them there in there a month, and hang them out on the side of the west side of the house where the sun beats down on them. Nothing breaks down. I'm sure that plasticizers in there that do break down over a period of time, but for the last 3 or 4 years they've been working out fine, which is a lot better than these pots that used to be $3 each, $4 each, and now $5, $6, $7, $8 each. Just not worth it when you're growing in quantity. And what you do see in pots will be, these are recent purchases in the last few weeks. They'll go into baskets when flowers are spent on those. These 3 yellowbirds haven't bloomed since I put them in baskets about 8 months ago. They were in flower when I bought them. They were in little 3-inch pots, and they've like tripled in size since. And they're attaching well. This one yellowbird, its blooms are without spots, spotless, as compared to what normally yellowbirds look like. The other flowers on here, you can still see the previous spikes, the old spikes, were spotted. A lot of the cattleyas I buy at flea markets and orchid shows and nurseries and on the side of the road, whatever, are not tagged. No IDs. You can't get any information out of people you're buying from. They just say they don't know. And so I just have to wait and see what they look like when they bloom, and then go from there. Have I ever lost any orchids? Have I ever killed any orchids? Yes. And that was mainly due to black rot fungus, which you really can't help too much in this climate when it starts raining at night. And in a couple of days you go out in the morning and you'll start seeing new growth that is turning black, mushy, and you just pull it out. That's the end of that. And you start cutting away, and sometimes you can't get to all of it. And a plant that would be something like this size would be reduced to 1/4 of the size. I have videos of that also on my YouTube index. And as far as pest-wise, insect-wise, scale. Once in a while bring in some orchids with scale on them. I know they have scale previously. I bring them out and start washing them down and flushing everything out, and then go ahead and hit it with hydrogen peroxide, and that usually takes care of them. These Marge Putnams, I bought a few of them a few months back, and they've been blooming since. They're pushing out new buds now. There's some sheaths there. They're very, very fragrant. Marge Putnam. Usually on the lip there's a nice purple. This one's like just all alba. This one's just all white, and but there's usually a definite deep purple on the lip. And they're, like I said, they're very, very fragrant. I really enjoy growing these. Other than that, there's just not too much to say, except I'm lucky I'm in this climate. And if I think of anything, I'll write it down in the description. Other than that, I know it's been boring because it's nothing but cat leaves. I don't know if I'll be able to grow anything else. I don't grow anything inside the house. Everything is grown outdoors. And I'm happy with these. So I'll just leave it at that. I enjoy watching all your videos. I've learned a lot from a lot of you, and I thank you for that. And until next time, enjoy your orchids, and we'll see you again. Ciao. Before I go, let me just show you my maypans. Coconuts, they're doing well. I had a severe problem, whitefly, a couple years ago, and I did what they do over in Asia. I didn't climb up there, but had the fellows climb up and take out all the fruit, all the coconuts, and all the older, lower fronds, and the whitefly had nowhere to go after that. They just died off. And it's going on 2, maybe 3 years now without any whitefly. I mean, that's all I need is to have whitefly in the orchid house, shade house. Take care. Ciao.